As the first rays of the African sun spill across the Maasai grasslands, the savannah awakens in a symphony of golden light and shadow. The air is crisp, filled with the distant calls of birds and the rustle of unseen creatures stirring in the tall grass. This vast ancient stage is alive with tension and possibility, where every blade of grass and every shifting shadow holds a secret. Here the drama of survival is written anew each day, with every animal playing its part in the relentless cycle of life and death. In the gentle hush of morning, a lioness moves with silent grace, her powerful muscles rippling beneath her tawny coat. She glances back, her golden eyes lingering on the spot where her cub lies hidden, nestled deep within the protective embrace of the tall, dry grass. The cub, only a few months old, is a bundle of curiosity and innocence. Its small body trembles with excitement as it bats at fluttering insects, unaware of the dangers that lurk beyond its grassy sanctuary. This fragile creature is the hope of its pride, a living promise of strength and continuity. Yet, in the wild, even the future of the mighty is never certain. All around the wilderness watches. Eyes peer from the shadows, some curious, some hungry, and some burning with old memories. Among the watchers are a troop of baboons, their sharp eyes scanning the landscape. These primates are not mere bystanders, they are survivors shaped by countless encounters with the great cats of the savannah. Suddenly the calm is shattered. A ripple of alarm passes through the grassland as birds take flight and antelope pause, ears pricked. The baboon troop, their grey-brown fur bristling in the morning light, has caught the scent of something unusual. Their nostrils flare, and their movements grow tense and deliberate as they close in on the hidden cub. This is no random encounter. The baboons move as one, communicating with low grunts and subtle gestures, their social bonds forged by years of shared struggle. Many in the troop bear the scars of past conflicts, torn ears, missing patches of fur, reminders of the ever-present threat posed by lions. Their memories are long and their resolve is fierce. Now, with the cub exposed and vulnerable, the troop senses an opportunity for vengeance. Their anticipation crackles in the air. The troop, dozens strong, fans out in a coordinated formation. Each baboon knows its place. Their movements are testament to the intelligence and unity of their kind. Their barks and screeches rise in a chilling crescendo, echoing across the plains. Even the youngest join in, their voices adding to the chorus of aggression. The baboons close in, surrounding the helpless cub. Their social intelligence becomes a weapon, each member playing a role in the coordinated assault. The cub, sensing danger, crouches low, its eyes wide with terror. The attack is sudden and merciless. Dust swirls as the baboons lunge, their movements swift and precise. Driven by a collective instinct for revenge and survival, the troop swarms the cub. The air is filled with the sounds of struggle, cries, snarls, and the relentless drumming of baboon feet. Their powerful jaws and sharp teeth, combined with dexterous hands, make them formidable opponents. The cub stands no chance against the overwhelming force of the troop. Far away the lioness hears the commotion. Her ears twitch, and her body tenses as she recognizes the unmistakable sounds of distress. Instinct takes over. The hunt forgotten, she races back, her powerful strides eating up the distance as she barrels through the grass, heart pounding with dread. But the savannah is vast, and the moments slip away too quickly. By the time she arrives, the baboons are already dispersing, their mission complete. The aftermath is silent and heavy. The cub lies still, its short life ended in a brutal instant, a stark lesson in the unforgiving laws of the wild. The lioness stands over her fallen young, her body trembling with grief. She nuzzles the cub, emitting a low, mournful growl that echoes across the empty plain. The baboons, their purpose fulfilled, retreat into the grasslands. Some pause to groom one another, reinforcing their bonds after the violence, while others keep watch for any sign of retaliation. This single, brutal act is more than the loss of one life. It is a moment that ripples through the savannah, a symbol of the ever-shifting balance between predator and prey. The relationships here are complex, shaped by memory, rivalry, and the constant struggle for survival. Every encounter leaves its mark, influencing the behavior of both baboons and lions for generations to come. Survival in this wild kingdom is not just about strength or speed, it is about unity, memory, and the unbreakable bonds of family and troop. On the savannah, the line between hunter and hunted is ever shifting. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the mightiest predator, must fight for its place beneath the endless African sky, a place earned, never given, in the great and unforgiving cycle of life. In the heart of the savannah, a silent drama unfolds, a reign of strength and sorrow written in the language of instinct and survival. Lions, the only big cats to live in complex social groups, are bound together by ties deeper than blood. Their pride is a living fortress, a dynasty forged by generations of struggle and unity. Within this fortress, the lionesses form the unbreakable core. Sisters, mothers, daughters, each one a guardian and a hunter, their lives woven together in a tapestry of cooperation. They move as one, stalking the tall grass, their bodies low and eyes sharp, every muscle tuned to the rhythm of the hunt. The success of the pride depends on their silent communication, their ability to anticipate each other's moves, and their willingness to share both the spoils and the risks. When the hunt is over, the savannah echoes with the gentle sounds of grooming and play. Lionesses nurse not only their own cubs, but those of their sisters, forming a nursery of shared hope. The cubs, small and vulnerable, tumble through the grass, watched over by a circle of vigilant eyes. This sisterhood is the heart of the pride, a bond that endures through drought, famine, and the ever-present threat of predators. Yet, above this matriarchal world, the shadow of power looms. Dominant males, their manes thick and wild, rule with a mixture of strength and vigilance. Their presence is both a shield and a warning, a promise of protection and a reminder of the violence that underpins their reign. These males, often brothers, have fought their way to dominance, their bodies marked by scars, their eyes hardened by countless battles. The life of a pride male is a relentless test. He must patrol the boundaries, his senses alert to the scent of intruders. Young nomadic males, driven by hunger and ambition, prowl the edges of the territory, waiting for a moment of weakness. The reigning king cannot rest. Every day is a struggle to defend his throne, his family, and his legacy. When challenges appear, the savannah becomes an arena. The clash is brutal. Roars shatter the dawn, claws rake flesh, and teeth sink deep. The outcome is never certain. Sometimes the reigning male stands victorious, his dominance reaffirmed. Other times he is cast out, limping into exile, his reign ended in a moment of savage violence. For the pride, these battles are more than a contest of strength. They are a crucible of sorrow. When a new male seizes power, his first act is often one of merciless instinct, the killing of the cubs sired by his predecessor. The lionesses fight to protect their young, but the new king is relentless, driven by the urge to secure his own bloodline. The cries of the cubs echo across the plains, a haunting reminder of nature's harsh laws. Yet, this cycle of strength and sorrow is the engine of survival. Only the strongest males pass on their genes, ensuring that the pride remains resilient in the face of adversity. The lionesses, though grieving, are soon ready to mate again, and the pride story continues, each generation shaped by the trials of those who came before. For the cubs who survive, every day is a lesson in caution and courage. They learn to hide at the first sign of danger, to trust in the protection of their mothers, and to play in the shadows of giants. Their world is one of wonder and peril, innocence and loss. In this kingdom, every moment is a testament to the power of instinct, the weight of legacy, and the bittersweet beauty of life on the wild plains. The reign of strength and sorrow is unending, a story written in paw prints, in scars, and in the silent gaze of lions beneath the African sun. On the sun-scorched plains, where the golden grasses ripple beneath a relentless sun, a successful hunt is a treasure, one that must be fiercely guarded against all challenges. A pride of lions, their tawny coats blending with the savannah, has brought down a large antelope. Their coordinated ambush, silent communication, and explosive power have culminated in a life-sustaining meal. Now the pride forms a living barrier around the carcass, each lion alert, eyes scanning the horizon for threats. The air is thick with the scent of blood and dust. The sounds of the feast, bones crunching, flesh tearing, carry far on the breeze, a primal broadcast that food is here. These noises are irresistible to the ever-watchful scavengers of the plains. From the distant shadows a pack of spotted hyenas emerges, their sloped backs and mottled coats ghost-like in the fading light. Their approach is bold, purposeful. These are not timid scavengers. They are strategists intent on seizing the entire prize. The tension is immediate and electric. Hyenas, with jaws strong enough to shatter the thickest bones, form a loose semicircle around the lions. Their eyes gleam with intelligence and calculation, each movement a test of the lion's resolve. Hyenas rely on their numbers and intricate social bonds. The dominant female, larger and more assertive than the rest, leads the clan in a slow, deliberate encirclement. Their ranks shift and flow, individuals communicating with subtle glances and body language, ready to exploit any sign of weakness. The hyenas unleash a barrage of whoops, cackles, and eerie laughter, their voices rising in a disorienting chorus. This wall of sound is a psychological weapon, designed to rattle the lions and sow confusion. But the lions, muscles taut and eyes narrowed, stand their ground, unflinching in the face of the onslaught. The pride's strategy is unity. They cluster tightly around the carcass, presenting a wall of muscle and teeth. Each lioness is ready to defend her share, while the younger lions watch and learn the art of confrontation. The feast is momentarily forgotten as both sides lock eyes, each calculating the other's strength and intent. The battle unfolds in a series of probing skirmishes. A few bold hyenas dart forward, jaws snapping, attempting to snatch a morsel. Lionesses respond with swift, punishing swats and deep, rumbling growls. Each side tests the other, searching for a momentary lapse in vigilance. The male lion, his mane dark and imposing, rises to his full height with a thunderous roar that reverberates across the plains. He asserts his dominance. The sound is both a warning and a challenge, a declaration that this meal belongs to the pride. The hyenas retreat, but only just. They linger at the edge of the clearing, eyes fixed on the lions, waiting for fatigue or distraction to open a window of opportunity. Their patience is legendary. They know that persistence can sometimes outlast brute strength. The lions, sensing the threat is not over, remain tightly coordinated. With synchronized movements, they drive the hyenas back again and again. In the chaos, a few hyenas manage to snatch scraps, but the core of the carcass remains under the pride's control. Eventually, the lion's unwavering defense and sheer physical presence prove too much. The hyenas, calculating the risk, finally melt away into the encroaching darkness, their calls fading into the night. The lions return to their meal victorious. The savannah, for a moment, is quiet again, but in this endless contest for survival, every meal is a test of strategy, strength, and unity. Here, only the most cohesive and cunning teams endure, and every feast is won through a delicate balance of power and wit. In the heart of the African savannah, where the sun scorches the earth and shadows conceal lurking danger, order emerges from chaos. Here, baboons, among the most successful and adaptable primates, carve out their existence in a landscape shaped by unpredictability and constant threat. Thriving in a world teeming with powerful predators, baboons rely on a foundation of intricate social structure and unwavering group cooperation. Their troops, sometimes numbering in the hundreds, move as a living shield, each member's survival intertwined with the fate of the whole. At the core of this society lies a strict and unmistakable hierarchy. The dominant male, vigilant and imposing, presides over the troop. His authority is not merely a product of brute strength, but of calculated aggression and carefully forged alliances with other males. This leader enjoys first access to the choicest food and exclusive mating rights, ensuring his lineage endures. His presence is a stabilizing force, a living symbol of order in a world that offers little certainty. Within the troop, social politics play out in subtle gestures and daily rituals. Grooming, far more than a matter of hygiene, is the currency of trust and alliance. Through gentle fingers and patient attention, bonds are forged, rivalries soothed, and the fabric of the group is woven ever tighter. Every baboon, from the dominant male to the youngest infant, knows their place in this living hierarchy. The order is not static, challenges and shifts are inevitable, but the structure endures, providing stability amid the ever-present threat of chaos. This rigid order is not a prison but a shield. It minimizes internal strife, allowing the troop to focus on the relentless demands of survival, foraging for food, scanning the horizon for danger, and responding as one to the unpredictable rhythms of the wild. Communication is the glue that binds them. A rich tapestry of grunts, barks, and expressive gestures conveys everything from the location of a hidden fruit tree to the silent approach of a stalking leopard. Each call, each glance is a thread in the web of survival. Baboons are true omnivores, their adaptability a testament to their resilience. They thrive in grasslands, woodlands, and rocky outcrops, shifting their habits and diets to match the changing face of the land. Their days are spent in ceaseless search, plucking fruit from trees, digging for roots, and grazing on tender grasses. Each meal is a victory, a small triumph over scarcity, yet their resourcefulness does not end with plants. Baboons are skilled hunters, seizing insects, scorpions, and even small vertebrates with swift precision. Their opportunism sometimes takes a darker turn. With keen eyes and coordinated movements, they stalk and ambush, their predatory instincts awakened by hunger and necessity. As seen in their confrontations with rivals or predators, baboons are capable of organized violence. When threatened, they unite with ferocity, turning the chaos of attack into a display of collective strength. There are moments when the troop's hunger drives them to hunt larger prey. In these rare but dramatic scenes, they move with astonishing coordination, each baboon playing a role in the pursuit. Working as one, they can surround and bring down a young antelope, their sharp canines flashing, a reminder that survival in this world demands both cooperation and ruthlessness. This unity is their greatest defense. When danger looms, the troop contracts, moving in tight formation, every member alert and ready to defend the group. The alarm call, a piercing cry, ripples through the troop at the first sign of a predator. Instantly the group transforms, each baboon taking up its role in the ancient dance of survival. The largest males surge forward, baring their formidable fangs and displaying raw aggression. Their presence alone can be enough to make even the most determined hunter reconsider. Meanwhile, females and young are swiftly herded to the center or sent scrambling up trees where safety lies above the reach of claws and teeth. In these moments, the baboon troop becomes a single intelligent organism, its survival dependent on the discipline, courage, and unity of every member. In a world ruled by chaos, it is order, hard-won and fiercely defended, that allows them to endure. The African buffalo is a true heavyweight of the savannah, with some individuals weighing nearly a ton. Their presence is unmistakable, bodies rippling with muscle, eyes alert, and every movement radiating strength. They are formidable animals, armed with massive curved horns that form a shield of solid bone. These horns are not just for show, they are powerful weapons capable of fending off even the most determined predators. A single buffalo is a dangerous opponent for any predator, but their true strength lies in their numbers. When threatened, buffalo unite, forming a living wall of muscle and horn. They move across the landscape in vast herds, sometimes numbering in the thousands. The ground trembles beneath their hooves, dust swirling in the golden light as they migrate in search of fresh grazing. This immense gathering is more than just a crowd, it is a mobile fortress. When danger approaches, the herd closes ranks, forming a protective barrier around their most vulnerable members. The sheer size and power of the herd offer a formidable defense against predators, especially the lions that are their primary enemy. Lions, though fierce, must weigh the risk of injury against the reward of a meal. The strongest adults often position themselves on the outside, protecting the vulnerable calves in the center. This instinctive cooperation ensures the survival of the next generation. Zebras, with their dazzling black and white stripes, are another iconic resident of the plains. Their beauty is matched by their adaptability and social intelligence. While their stripes are beautiful, they also serve a critical purpose. Each pattern is unique, but together they create a mesmerizing effect. Within the constantly shifting mass of a herd, the stripes make it incredibly difficult for a predator to single out and focus on one individual. The herd becomes a living, moving illusion. The patterns blend together into a confusing, moving spectacle, a phenomenon known as motion dazzle. This visual trickery can disorient even the sharpest-eyed hunter. This confusion can buy a zebra precious seconds to escape an attack, turning the odds in their favor during a chase. Like buffalo, zebras rely on the safety of the group. Their alertness and speed are their primary defenses against the ever-present threat of being hunted. Often, these two great herds can be seen traveling together, a mixed multitude of buffalo and zebra grazing and migrating across the plains. Their coexistence is a testament to the power of cooperation in the wild. This is not a coincidence. It is a strategic alliance that benefits both species. Together they form a living shield, each group enhancing the other's chances of survival. The buffalo bring their immense size, strength, and defensive power to the partnership. Their presence alone can deter even the boldest predators. A charging herd of buffalo is something even a large pride of lions will think twice about confronting. The ground shakes and the air fills with the thunder of hooves. The zebras, in turn, contribute their exceptional alertness. Their keen senses are always attuned to the slightest hint of danger. They have excellent eyesight and hearing, and they are often the first to detect a predator lurking in the grass. Their alarm calls ripple through the herd, setting off a chain reaction of vigilance. This companionship provides a powerful form of mutual protection. When one species senses danger, both react as one, moving in coordinated defense. The combined senses and strengths of the two species create a far more effective defensive unit than either could form alone. Their movements are synchronized, their vigilance shared. The buffalo's brawn is complemented by the zebra's vigilance. Each animal plays a role, contributing to the safety of the whole. When a lion pride is on the hunt, they face a much more difficult challenge when confronted with this combined force. The odds are no longer in the predator's favor. The presence of the massive buffalo makes it riskier to attack, while the sharp senses of the zebras make a surprise ambush much harder to achieve. The herd stands united, a living testament to the power of cooperation. It is a beautiful example of interspecies cooperation, a silent agreement for shared survival on the unforgiving plains. Here, beneath the vast African sky, the power of the herd reigns supreme, an enduring force shaped by the challenges and wonders of the savannah. The lion's existence in the African savannah is a relentless test of strategy, adaptability, and instinct. Every day, survival demands a complex interplay of hunting prowess, territorial defense, and subtle negotiation with the other formidable creatures that share this wild domain. A lion's hunt is in itself a masterclass in patience and teamwork. Unlike the solitary cheetah, lions are ambush predators, relying on the collective strength and intelligence of the pride. Their power is undeniable, but their endurance is limited. They cannot sustain a long chase, so every hunt is a calculated risk. The process begins with careful observation. Lionesses, the pride's primary hunters, spend hours watching herds of buffalo or zebra, their golden eyes searching for any sign of vulnerability, a limp, a lagging calf, or an animal momentarily separated from the group. This is the first step in a strategy that values precision over brute force. Once a target is identified, the pride moves with remarkable stealth. Lionesses use the terrain to their advantage, crawling low through tall grass, slipping behind bushes and into gullies, always keeping out of sight. They fan out, encircling their prey, each lioness taking up a strategic position. Communication is silent. Just a flick of a tail or a subtle shift in posture signals the next move. The approach is slow and deliberate. Sometimes the pride will wait motionless for over an hour, inching closer with every heartbeat, knowing that a single misstep could send the herd thundering away and ruin the hunt. When the moment is right, the attack is sudden and explosive. Lionesses burst from the grass, creating panic and confusion, separating the chosen target from the safety of the herd. The chase is short but intense. One or two lionesses drive the panicked animal toward the waiting pride, springing the trap. The isolated prey finds itself surrounded, escape routes cut off. The lions converge, leaping onto the animal's back and flanks, working together to bring it down. Their goal is a swift, suffocating bite to the throat or muzzle, a quick, efficient end. But hunting is only one part of a lion's survival strategy. Equally vital is the defense of territory. A pride's domain can stretch for many square kilometers, marked by scent and patrolled relentlessly. Male lions, with their imposing presence and thunderous roars, serve as guardians, deterring rival males and protecting the pride's cubs from intruders. Territorial disputes are fierce, sometimes erupting into violent clashes that determine the fate of entire prides. The lion's world is also shaped by its interactions with other animals. Hyenas, for example, are both competitors and opportunists, often challenging lions for a fresh kill or scavenging leftovers. Elephants and rhinoceroses, though not prey, command respect. Lions give these giants a wide berth, understanding the danger they pose. Even within the pride, a delicate hierarchy governs access to food and breeding rights, maintained through subtle displays of dominance and submission. Every member of the pride has a role to play. Some are expert stalkers, others excel at driving prey, and the largest males defend the territory. This division of labor, combined with collective intelligence, makes lions uniquely successful hunters of large and dangerous prey. A single lion would stand little chance against a healthy adult buffalo, but together the pride can achieve what no individual could. The resulting feast is a reward not just for strength, but for strategy, cooperation, and the unspoken bonds that hold the pride together. In the wild, it is not always the strongest who survive, but those who can adapt, cooperate, and outthink their rivals. For the lion, survival is a daily contest of wits, courage, and unity, a testament to the power of strategy in the heart of Africa. Deep within the tangled heart of the Congo jungle, a world of shadows and green light conceals a society as complex as any on Earth. Here the chimpanzee clans rule, their lives shaped by the relentless struggle for dominance and survival. Within these ancient forests, chimpanzees form large, ever-shifting communities. Each clan is a living tapestry of alliances, rivalries, and shifting loyalties, all governed by a strict social hierarchy. At the top stands the dominant male, the alpha, whose authority is constantly tested by ambitious rivals. His rule is not absolute. It must be earned and defended through displays of strength, cunning, and social skill. The clan's territory is its lifeblood, rich with fruiting trees and hidden resources. Every member depends on the alpha's ability to protect these lands from outsiders and to maintain order within. But when food grows scarce, or when a neighboring clan senses weakness, the delicate balance shatters. Tensions rise, and the jungle becomes a stage for dramatic confrontations. These are not simple disputes. They are orchestrated campaigns, raids, ambushes, and all-out war, where every member has a role to play. In one such dramatic clash, the powerful Kibara clan faced an invasion from the ambitious Moloko clan. The air crackled with tension as both sides prepared for battle, each group led by its own formidable alpha. The Moloko clan's young leader, driven by hunger and ambition, rallied his followers for a daring assault on the Kibara's fertile heartland. The jungle erupted in chaos. Chimpanzees charged, screaming and pounding the ground, their bodies blurs of muscle and fury. Battles are fought with hands, feet, and razor-sharp teeth. The strongest males grapple and bite, while others flank and harass, using teamwork and strategy to overwhelm their foes. The forest rang with the shrieks and roars of combatants. Every tree and vine became a battleground, every shadow a potential ambush. The struggle was desperate and unrelenting. Allies called out for support, mothers shielded their young, and the fate of both clans hung in the balance. The turning point came when the Moloko leader, reckless in his ambition, was brought down in the thick of battle. His fall sent shockwaves through his clan. Demoralized and leaderless, the Moloko warriors broke ranks and fled, their dreams of conquest shattered. The Kibara clan, battered but triumphant, rallied around their victorious alpha. His leadership had saved their home and secured their future, yet victory bore a heavy price. Many warriors nursed wounds, scars that would mark them for life, and serve as reminders of the battle's ferocity. The injured limped and rested, tended by their companions. In chimpanzee society, bonds of friendship and alliance are vital, especially in the aftermath of violence. The alpha, though wounded, stood tall. His dominance reaffirmed, he patrolled the borders, ensuring no rival dared approach. His presence alone was enough to keep the peace. In this world, the dominant male is more than a ruler. He is the clan's protector, strategist, and symbol of unity. His status grants him the right to mate with the females, passing on his strength and cunning to the next generation. The future of the clan depends on his genes and his wisdom, but his responsibilities go beyond dominance. He must maintain order, resolve disputes, and guide the clan through times of hardship. The alpha is also a mentor. Young chimpanzees watch his every move, learning the skills they will need to survive and one day challenge for leadership themselves. They imitate his foraging, his use of tools, and his mastery of the clan's complex social web. Through observation and imitation, the next generation learns which fruits are safe, how to extract insects from hidden crevices, and how to navigate the ever-shifting alliances of clan life. In the end, the alpha is the living memory of the clan, the guardian of its traditions, and the key to its survival in the unforgiving jungle. As dusk settles over the vast Congo jungle, a gentle hush falls upon the ancient trees. The air thickens with anticipation, and the sky transforms into a living canvas, painted with the silhouettes of countless wings. This is not smoke drifting on the wind, but a swirling, living cloud, a massive flock of fruit bats surging from their roosts in a nightly ritual as old as the forest itself. These bats are tireless travelers, embarking on epic migrations that span the breadth of the jungle. Driven by instinct and hunger, they cross vast distances in search of fruit-laden trees and swarms of insects weaving invisible threads across the canopy. In the velvet darkness, their world comes alive. Using echolocation, they emit high-pitched calls, each echo painting a detailed map of the night. With every beat of their wings, they navigate a labyrinth of branches, vines, and leaves, avoiding unseen dangers and seeking hidden rewards. Though they are creatures of the night, their influence stretches far beyond the hours of darkness. Bats are the silent architects of the rainforest, shaping its future with every journey, every meal, and every seed they carry. As the moon rises, the bats become the jungle's night shift gardeners. They feast on ripe, succulent fruits, their sharp senses guiding them to the sweetest bounty hidden among the leaves. With bellies full, they soar through the darkness, carrying seeds far from the parent trees. Each flight is a journey of renewal, a promise of new life scattered across the forest floor. As they digest the sweet pulp, the seeds are released, tumbling to the earth below, sometimes miles from where they began. In this way, bats are the forest's unseen gardeners, planting the next generation of trees. The seeds they scatter take root in the rich soil, sprouting into saplings that will one day tower above the canopy. This endless cycle of dispersal and growth ensures the forest's diversity, preventing any single species from dominating and weaving a tapestry of life that supports countless creatures. But the bat's work does not end with seeds. As they visit night-blooming flowers, they become pollinators, dusted with golden pollen that clings to their fur. With each sip of nectar, they carry the promise of new blossoms from one flower to the next. The fruits that bats help to grow feed a multitude of forest dwellers. Chimpanzees, birds, and countless other animals depend on these trees for sustenance, their lives intertwined in a delicate balance of give and take. Among the branches, another remarkable creature watches the night unfold, the Congo hornbill. With its striking yellow beak and keen eyes, the hornbill is both a guardian and a hunter in this intricate web of life. The hornbill is an omnivore, its diet as varied as the jungle itself. It hunts insects, plucks fruit, and scours the forest for any morsel that will sustain it. Figs and palm oil fruits are among its favorite meals, and like the bats, the hornbill becomes a vital seed disperser, carrying the forest's future in its beak. Yet the hornbill is also a skilled predator, ever alert for the chance to snatch a meal from the shadows. As dusk deepens and the bats pour from their caves, the hornbill waits in silence, poised for the perfect moment. With a sudden burst of speed, the hornbill launches into the air, snatching a bat in its powerful beak. This swift act is a reminder that every life in the jungle is both hunter and hunted, each playing a role in the endless dance of survival. The nightly encounters between bats and hornbills are just one thread in the complex tapestry of the rainforest. Predator and prey, gardener and hunter, each animal shapes the world around it, maintaining the fragile balance that allows the jungle to thrive. When the time comes to breed, the hornbill's life takes on a new rhythm. The female seeks out a hollow tree, a sanctuary where she will raise the next generation. She seals herself inside, using mud, fruit pulp and droppings to build a sturdy wall, leaving only a narrow slit through which the outside world can reach her. Within this fortress she lays her eggs and tends to her chicks, safe from prowling snakes and lurking predators. For weeks, sometimes months, she relies entirely on her mate. The male hornbill becomes her lifeline, delivering food through the tiny opening, nourishing both her and their growing brood. At last, when the chicks are strong and the time is right, the family breaks free from their wooden sanctuary, emerging together into the vibrant world of the rainforest, ready to play their part in the endless web of life, where every creature, from the smallest bat to the grandest hornbill, is forever connected. Beneath the emerald canopy of the Congo rainforest, where shafts of sunlight pierce the gloom and the air hums with life, a tiny creature glimmers like a living jewel. Its skin, painted in electric blues, radiant yellows and fiery reds, is a beacon among the tangled roots and fallen leaves, a warning and a wonder all at once. The poison dart frog, no larger than a human thumbnail, wears its colours boldly, a living flag of survival in a world where danger lurks at every turn. Its dazzling hues are not mere decoration. They are a proclamation of peril, a silent shout to all who would dare approach. This small amphibian is among the most toxic beings on Earth, its delicate form concealing a power that can halt the heart of any predator. Its skin glistens with a potent nerve toxin, a chemical shield so formidable that a single touch can bring paralysis, even death, to the unwary. The frog's vivid colours are nature's universal language, a warning, a promise, a line drawn between life and death. Yet this lethal power is not born within the frog itself. It is harvested from the forest floor, from the toxic ants, mites and termites that scuttle through the shadows, each meal transforming the frog into a vessel of chemical defence. The frog's body is a masterwork of adaptation, able to sequester and concentrate these poisons, forging its own survival from the dangers that surround it. Here, in the heart of the rainforest, every creature is both hunter and hunted. Every adaptation a story of risk and resilience. The poisoned dart frog is proof that in this world, size is no measure of might. Even the smallest life can wield the most formidable defenses, shaping the fate of all who cross its path. Beyond the rainforest, the savannah stretches to the horizon, golden and wild. Here vast herds of wildebeest thunder across the plains, their hooves drumming a rhythm of migration and survival. Predator and prey move in a delicate dance, each life entwined with countless others in a web of need and opportunity. The lion, regal and relentless, stalks the herds, its hunter test of strength and cunning that shapes the destiny of the savannah. The baboon, fierce and clever, reveals the rivalries and alliances that ripple through the animal kingdom, each troop a world of shifting loyalties and raw emotion. In the quiet of night, bats flit from blossom to blossom, pollinating the forest's future, while hornbills tend their young in hidden nests, guardians of the next generation. Even the poison of a frog is part of a grander story. A chemical chain that begins with the smallest insect and echoes through the food web. Each life is a thread in a vast tapestry, woven together by the invisible bonds of survival, competition, and cooperation. This is a world of breathtaking beauty and ever-present danger, where every sunrise brings new challenges and every sunset marks another day survived. Here survival is a daily battle, fought with tooth and claw, with speed and strategy, with the silent strength of unity. Yet amid the struggle there is balance, a harmony forged by countless generations, each creature playing its part in the eternal cycle. The clash between lion and baboon, the partnership of the zebra and buffalo, the territorial standoffs of chimpanzees, these are the dramas that have shaped the wild for millennia. In this world, danger and beauty are inseparable. Every creature, from the tiniest frog to the mightiest lion, is driven by the same ancient instinct to survive, to thrive, and to play its part in the magnificent, ever-changing balance of life. Beneath the surface of the savannah, where sunlight cannot reach and silence reigns, a hidden empire thrives, silent, tireless, and vast beyond imagination. This is the world of termites, master architects, engineers, and caretakers of the land. At first glance, a termite mound rises like a fortress of clay, its spires twisting toward the sky. But this towering structure is only the visible tip of a sprawling metropolis. Below, intricate tunnels and chambers stretch for meters in every direction, a labyrinth built grain by grain, generation after generation. Inside these walls, millions of termites move in perfect synchrony, each playing a role as vital as any lion or buffalo on the plains above. The queen, swollen and ancient, lies at the heart of the colony, her body a living engine of creation, laying thousands of eggs each day. Around her, workers tend to the young, repair the vast halls, and harvest the decaying wood and grass that fuels the colony. Soldiers, armoured and fierce, patrol the tunnels, their jaws ready to defend against invaders, be they ants, aardvarks, or rival termites. But it is the architecture of the mound that reveals the true genius of these tiny insects. Air flows through hidden vents and winding passageways, cooling the nest and carrying away carbon dioxide. Moisture is carefully regulated, and fungus gardens flourish in the darkness, tended by workers who feed the colony with a mixture of chewed wood and saliva. These gardens transform cellulose, the tough fibre of plants, into rich food, making termites one of nature's greatest recyclers. Above ground, the mound stands as a monument to cooperation. Each turret and buttress is shaped by instinct and teamwork, designed to withstand floods, heat, and the trampling feet of passing herds. The mound breathes with the land, a living structure that rises and falls with the seasons, sometimes standing for decades, outlasting the lives of countless generations. Termites are more than builders. They are keystones of the ecosystem. Their endless work aerates the soil, allowing rain to nourish the roots of grasses and trees. By breaking down dead wood and plant matter, they return vital nutrients to the earth, feeding the cycle of life that sustains the savanna. Their tunnels become highways for other creatures, snakes, beetles, and even small mammals, each finding shelter in the cool, protected depths. In the tapestry of the wild, the termite colony is both foundation and thread, unseen, yet indispensable. Theirs is a world of constant motion and quiet purpose, a reminder that the greatest feats of nature are often hidden from view. As day turns to night and the savanna quiets, the secret empire of termites endures, shaping the land, nurturing life, and holding the balance of the wild in countless, tireless jaws. Beneath the shimmering surface of the river, where the world above is distorted by ripples and light, ancient shadows drift in silence. Here time slows, and patience is the weapon of kings. This is the realm of the crocodile, a master of ambush, a relic from an age before the savanna itself. Barely more than a pair of eyes and nostrils break the water's edge, motionless among drifting reeds. The crocodile's armoured body is hidden beneath the mud, muscles coiled and ready. The riverbank becomes a stage of caution and routine, as herds of zebra and wildebeest gather to drink, their senses keen, hooves shifting nervously in the soft sand. Every ripple tells a story. Fish dart between roots, birds flit across the shallows, and the air hums with the tension of 1,000 unseen dangers. The crocodile waits, sometimes for hours, sometimes for days, blending perfectly with the current and the shadows it casts. A young impala steps closer to the water, drawn by thirst and the promise of relief from the heat. The herd holds back, eyes scanning, ears flicking. The crocodile remains still, its heart beating slow and steady, a hunter's patience as old as the river itself. Then in a blur of power and precision the water explodes. Jaws snap shut with crushing force, and the impala is pulled beneath the surface, the struggle hidden by a cloud of silt and bubbles. The riverbank erupts in panic, hooves scattering, birds taking flight. But beneath the chaos, the crocodile's victory is silent, swift, and absolute. Life along the riverbank is shaped by this constant threat. Prey animals learn to read the signs, ripples that shouldn't be, a hint of movement where there should be none. The bravest approach in groups, taking turns to drink while others keep watch. Even hippos, armoured and formidable, give the crocodile a wide berth, respecting the ambush predator's domain. Yet for the crocodile, survival is a game of opportunity. It feasts when it can, then returns to the deep, conserving energy for the next hunt. In the dry season, when the river shrinks and prey is scarce, crocodiles gather in muddy pools, their bodies pressed together in uneasy truce, waiting for the rains to return and the river to swell with new life. As dusk falls and the riverbank settles into uneasy calm, the crocodile resumes its vigil, silent, unseen, and ever watchful. In this world of shadows and sudden violence, the line between hunter and hunted is drawn in water and mud, written in the ancient language of survival. As darkness settles across the savanna, a new world awakens. The blazing African sun gives way to silver moonlight, and the landscape shifts into a realm of shadows and secrets. For many, nightfall means safety, an end to the day's relentless heat. But for others, it's the moment when the true masters of stealth begin their hunt. High in the branches, a pair of golden eyes glint in the gloom. The leopard, cloaked in dappled fur, moves with a grace that is almost ghostly. Every muscle ripples in slow motion as it descends from its perch, paws landing without a sound on the soft earth below. The leopard's strategy is patience and precision. It stalks through the underbrush, melting into shadows, its breathing measured and silent. It knows the trails of the antelope, the hiding places of the duiker, and the habits of the bush hare. Every step is calculated, every pause deliberate, as it closes the distance between itself and its unsuspecting prey. When the moment comes, the attack is swift and silent. A single leap, a burst of power, and the hunt is over before the night wind carries the sound away. Above, the air is alive with the silent flight of owls. With wings designed to muffle every beat, the barn owl glides through the night, its heart-shaped face tuned to the faintest rustle below. From the darkness it pinpoints the movement of a mouse in the grass, a shrew beneath the leaves. With deadly accuracy it swoops low, talons outstretched, and lifts its quarry without a sound. The owl's world is one of echoes and whispers, where even the tiniest noise can mean the difference between hunger and a meal. Elsewhere, the nocturnal stage is alive with cautious movement. Bush babies leap between trees, their huge eyes shining like lanterns. Genettes slink along branches, searching for insects and small birds. Herd animals huddle close, ears flicking at every snap of a twig, instincts sharpened by generations of surviving the dangers that come with the dark. Even the insects join the nocturnal chorus. Crickets chirp, frogs sing, and fireflies trace fleeting patterns in the warm air. For the creatures of the night, survival is a delicate dance. They rely on senses sharpened by evolution, enhanced hearing, extraordinary vision, and a touch so light that even the softest footfall goes unnoticed. In the darkness, the rules of the savannah shift. Power and vulnerability are rewritten with every passing hour, and the balance of life is measured in shadows, silence, and the unending cycle of the hunt. As dawn approaches, the nocturnal hunters retreat. The leopard hauls its prize into the safety of the trees. The owl returns to its roost, feathers ruffled by the cool morning breeze, and across the savannah the world prepares once more for the coming of the light, as the secrets of the night fade quietly into memory. As the first rays of sunlight spill across the vast African plains, a new journey begins. The earth trembles with the distant, rhythmic footfalls of the savannah's most majestic inhabitants, elephants. Led by a wise and experienced matriarch, the herd moves in a line that stretches across the landscape, a living river of memory and muscle, bound together by invisible threads of loyalty and love. For elephants, migration is more than a seasonal ritual. It is a testament to endurance, guided by ancient knowledge passed down through generations. The matriarch recalls every bend in a parched riverbed, every hidden spring, every grove of nourishing trees. Her memory is the map that ensures the survival of her family. Alongside her, mothers nudge their calves forward, trunks entwined in gentle reassurance. The youngest stumble and play, shielded by the protective circle of aunts, sisters, and cousins. Each member has a role, from the vigilant sentinels at the rear to the boisterous juveniles learning the ways of the herd. Bonds are forged in moments of joy, mud baths at a rare watering hole, the playful trumpet of a calf, the comforting touch of a trunk after a long day's march. But the journey is not without peril. The dry season stretches on, and water becomes a memory shimmering on the horizon. The herd faces blistering heat, thirst, and the ever-present threat of predators lurking at the edges of the group, waiting for a moment of weakness. There are times when the matriarch must lead her family across barren plains, where the sun beats down mercilessly and each step is a test of resolve. The elephant's passage shapes the land itself. As they move, they clear paths through dense bush, open up waterholes with their powerful tusks, and scatter seeds in their wake, nurturing new growth for the next generation. Their migration is a heartbeat that pulses through the ecosystem, sustaining countless other creatures, from birds that follow in their wake to insects that thrive in their footprints. When at last the rains return and the scent of fresh grass drifts on the breeze, the herd rejoices. Old scars are soothed by cool water, calves splash and tumble in muddy pools, and the matriarch rests, her family gathered close around her. For a moment the challenges of the journey fade, replaced by the quiet satisfaction of survival and the promise of new beginnings. In the endless cycle of movement and memory, elephants remind the savannah that strength lies not just in power, but in unity, wisdom, and the enduring bonds of family. Their migration is a story written across the land, a tale of resilience, hope, and the gentle giants who shape the world with every step. Beneath the towering legs of elephants and the sweeping shadows of acacia trees, an entire world thrives in secret, the realm of insects. The savannah's true architects, their numbers dwarf every other creature combined. From the moment the sun warms the soil, a silent surge of life begins. Termites emerge from their hidden fortresses, their coordinated armies venturing out to gather grass and wood. Each worker, soldier and queen has a purpose, their collective labor shaping the land. Their mounds, rising like miniature citadels, aerate the earth and enrich the soil, providing shelter not just for themselves, but for countless other species. Nearby, dung beetles roll their precious cargo across the plains. With tireless determination, they sculpt balls from the droppings of giants, burying them as food for their larvae. Their work cleans the savannah and recycles nutrients, fueling the growth of fresh grass upon which herds depend. Amid the grasses, assassin bugs lie in wait, their camouflage perfect, their patience endless. With lightning speed, they ambush unsuspecting prey, keeping populations of other insects in check. Praying mantises sway like leaves, striking only when the time is right, their predatory dance a lesson in precision. Above, swarms of locusts sometimes darken the sky, a force of nature capable of transforming the landscape in hours. Yet in balance, grasshoppers and crickets provide food for birds and mammals. Their songs a constant chorus that fills the air. Butterflies and bees flit from blossom to blossom, their delicate wings painting brief strokes of colour against the gold and green. They are the pollinators, the silent partners in the endless cycle of renewal, ensuring that flowers become fruit and seeds take root. Ants in endless lines construct labyrinthine tunnels beneath the surface. Some herd aphids like cattle, others wage wars against rival colonies, each species a testament to the ingenuity of survival. Their underground cities rival those of any mammal, and their foraging shapes the fates of plants and predators alike. Spiders weave intricate webs between blades of grass, their silken traps nearly invisible. Patient and unyielding, they wait for the vibrations that signal a meal, their presence a quiet reminder of the balance between hunter and hunted. In the savannah, insects are more than background. They are the pulse of the ecosystem. Their survival strategies are as varied as their forms. Mimicry, camouflage, armor, flight, and teamwork. Each plays a role in the great web of life, from decomposing the fallen to pollinating the living, from feeding the strong to humbling the mighty. In the world of the small, survival is relentless, adaptation is everything, and the impact is immeasurable. The savannah's insects may go unseen, but without them the giants above could not endure. In their diversity and diligence they are the quiet engineers that hold the wild heart of Africa together. At the edge of the savannah, where the grasslands yield to shimmering expanses of shallow water, the wetlands awaken with a spectacle of colour and movement. Here, thousands of flamingos gather, transforming the pale surface into a living tapestry of pink and white. Their long, slender legs wade gracefully through the mirror-like waters, each footstep sending ripples across the tranquil scene. As dawn breaks, the air fills with the soft murmurs and calls of the flock. In this watery haven, life unfolds in intricate rituals. The flamingos begin their courtship, a synchronized ballet of elegance and unity. In perfect harmony, hundreds move together, their necks arched in delicate S-curves, wings unfurling to reveal flashes of crimson and black. They march in unison, heads bobbing up and down, a dance that weaves bonds and signals readiness for the season ahead. Pairs form amidst the swirling crowd, their bonds sealed with gentle preening and mirrored movements. Side by side they build their nests from mud, shaping conical mounds that rise above the water's reach. The wetlands, though fleeting and unpredictable, offer sanctuary for their fragile eggs. Here safety lies in numbers, and the flamingo's unity is their shield against lurking threats. Chicks emerge as downy grey bundles, their first steps tentative on the slippery mud. Parents guard them fiercely, guiding them to the shallowest pools where brine shrimp and algae flourish. The young learn quickly, dipping their beaks and mastering the art of filter feeding, their future painted in every mouthful of pink-tinged sustenance. Above, the sky reflects in the water, blurring the line between earth and air. Flamingos take flight in great V-shaped formations, wings beating in rhythm, their reflections trailing behind like fleeting dreams. The wetlands, alive with their presence, pulse with possibility, a world shaped by water, colour, and the age-old dance of survival. In the heart of Africa's wild, the flamingo's gathering is more than a spectacle. It is a testament to resilience, adaptation, and the enduring beauty of life where land meets water. Their ballet is an unbroken promise, echoing across the wetlands season after season. Beneath the golden veil of grass that blankets the savannah, a world of silent predators stirs. Here, where every blade conceals a secret, snakes glide unseen, masters of stealth in a realm defined by caution and surprise. Their bodies, sinuous and supple, ripple through the undergrowth, scales whispering against the earth. Each movement is measured, deliberate, a dance of patience and precision. As the sun climbs, a puff adder lies coiled in the shadow of a termite mound, motionless but alert. Its camouflage is perfect, dusty browns and greys blending seamlessly with the ground. Nearby, a field mouse scurries, unaware of the danger that lurks only inches away. In a flash, the snake strikes. Lightning quick, jaws unhinged, fangs delivering a potent venom. The hunt is over in a heartbeat. The grasslands fall silent once more. Elsewhere, a slender boom slang navigates the low branches of an acacia tree. Its emerald body sways with the breeze, eyes fixed on a nest of unsuspecting weaver birds. With calculated grace, it approaches, tongue flickering to taste the air. The birds erupt in a chorus of alarm, but the snake is relentless. It raids the nest, devouring eggs in a silent, efficient feast before slipping away into the leaves. Life in the grasslands is a delicate balance between predator and prey. A mongoose patrols the edge of a thicket, nose twitching, ever wary of what hides below. Occasionally, the tables turn. A cobra confronted by a mob of banded mongooses, their coordinated attacks forcing the serpent to retreat. Each encounter is a test of wit and survival, a high-stakes game played out in the shadows. Even the mighty lions and elephants tread carefully through the tall grass, alert to the presence of venomous adversaries. A careless step can provoke a defensive strike, a reminder that power in the savannah comes in many forms, some hidden, some silent, but all formidable. As dusk descends, the snakes emerge once more, their eyes shining in the fading light. Night grants them new advantages, cooler air, quieter ground, and prey lulled into complacency. Once again they hunt with patience and purpose, weaving through the moonlit grass. In this world of giants and herds, the snakes remain the silent shadows, rarely seen, yet ever present. Their story is one of adaptation, resilience, and the art of survival in a land where every moment teeters between danger and opportunity. Across the vast, sun-drenched plains, the antelope reigns as a symbol of grace and alertness, a master of survival in a world shaped by the relentless pursuit of predators. Herds of impala graze with heads low, but their eyes and ears are ever vigilant, tuned to the faintest rustle in the grass. Every muscle is coiled, ready to spring into action at the first hint of danger. A lioness, hidden in the swaying grass, inches forward with practiced silence. She is patient, her golden eyes locked on a young impala straying from the group. The wind shifts, ears flick, nostrils flare, a warning ripples through the herd. In an instant, the plains erupt with movement. Antelope bound in explosive leaps, twisting mid-air in a display known as stotting. Their hooves barely touch the ground as they zigzag unpredictably, making themselves harder targets for the pursuing predator. The chase is a test of endurance and split-second decisions. While lions rely on stealth and short bursts of speed, the antelope's strength lies in agility and the ability to read the landscape. They dart through thorny acacia thickets, leap over fallen logs, and use the uneven terrain to their advantage. Each member of the herd watches the others, reacting to subtle cues, a flick of a tail, a sudden turn, transforming individual flight into coordinated evasion. But survival is never guaranteed. Young or injured antelope lag behind, the gap between predator and prey narrowing with every stride. Some fall, claimed by the hunger of the hunt, their sacrifice fueling the cycle of life. For the survivors, each escape sharpens their instincts and strengthens the herd's bond, ensuring the legacy of their kind. As the dust settles, the plains return to a fragile calm. The antelope regroup, ever watchful, knowing that the next chase is always just beyond the horizon. In the endless ballet of pursuit and flight, they embody the delicate balance that defines the savannah, a world where life hangs on the edge of every heartbeat, and survival is an art honed by generations. High above the golden grasslands, where the branches sway gently in the breeze, a different kind of architect leaves its mark on the savannah. The weaver bird, small, vivid, and endlessly industrious, transforms the acacia's thorny limbs into a suspended city of intricate nests. With beaks as nimble as any artisan's hand, male weavers collect strands of grass and pliant reeds, weaving them with astonishing speed and precision. Each nest begins as a single thread, looped and knotted, then grows into a woven globe perfectly engineered to cradle new life. Suspended like lanterns, these nests sway in clusters, a tapestry of homes that shimmer under the midday sun. But the artistry is not just for shelter, it is a declaration. The brighter and more elaborate the nest, the greater the chance of attracting a discerning mate. Females inspect each creation with unyielding scrutiny, choosing partners not just for strength or song, but for the craftsmanship of their homes. Within this aerial village, the social life of weaver birds unfolds in a chorus of chirps and fluttering wings. Neighbours greet each other, squabble over building sites, and sometimes collaborate, sharing warnings of approaching danger. The colony's constant chatter weaves a web of communication as complex as the nests themselves. Life here is a balance between cooperation and competition, unity and rivalry. The weaver birds' woven sanctuaries offer protection from snakes and other predators, their entrances cleverly hidden or positioned downward to deter intruders. Yet, even in this fortress of grass and ingenuity, vigilance is a daily necessity. In the cool shade beneath their hanging homes, fledglings stretch their wings and take their first uncertain flights, watched over by the entire colony. Each new generation inherits not only the skills of survival, but the legacy of artistry and community, threads that bind the fabric of life in the treetops. As the sun sets, the weaver birds settle into their nests, the canopy alive with the soft rustle of feathers and the gentle sway of woven cradles. Here in the heart of the savannah, the weaver bird's story is written not in words, but in the delicate architecture of hope and connection, an enduring testament to the power of unity and the beauty of creation. When the savannah's daily dramas reach their inevitable end, another cast of characters takes the stage. Scavengers, nature's tireless clean-up crew, emerge from the shadows and the sky, drawn by the scent of opportunity. Vultures, with their bald heads and keen eyesight, are often the first to arrive, circling silently overhead before spiraling down to the feast below. Their hooked beaks and powerful stomach acids make quick work of tough hides and decaying flesh, turning what was once a living giant into sustenance for many. But vultures are rarely alone. Hyenas, masters of patience and persistence, lope onto the scene, their powerful jaws capable of crushing even the densest bone. Jackals linger at the periphery, darting in to snatch scraps, ever watchful for larger competitors. Marabou storks, grave and imposing, stride in with deliberate steps, picking at leftovers with surgical precision. Each scavenger plays a vital role in this complex ballet. They strip the carcass clean, recycling nutrients back into the earth and preventing the spread of disease. Their interactions are a study in negotiation and hierarchy. A flurry of flapping wings, snarling jaws and wary glances. Sometimes a tense standoff erupts, as hyenas challenge vultures for access or jackals outmaneuver larger rivals for a morsel of marrow. Even the smallest participants, like dung beetles and carrion flies, join the banquet, ensuring that nothing goes to waste. Their work, often overlooked, completes the cycle, breaking down the last remnants and returning vital elements to the soil. In this world, death is not an end, but a transformation. The Scavengers' feast is a moment of renewal, a critical link in the savannah's chain of life. Through their tireless efforts, they maintain the health of the ecosystem, keeping it vibrant and ever-renewing. The cleanup crew, unsung and indispensable, remind us that every end is in truth a beginning.